So I was thinking about the time when I was in college. At that time, when I used to think of making projects, my go-to approach was to use the most flashy tech stack available at the moment, and then I would use that fancy tech stack and write really complicated code. Fast forward to today, when I'm working as a full-time software engineer, my approach has completely changed. I no longer run chasing towards fancy tech stacks or new technologies. Instead, what I chase these days is the user experience. What I mean by that is that now my entire focus is to try and make apps or products or services that are trying to solve a real world problem instead of just being extremely fancy in how I've implemented them. And I think that this is the correct approach, because right now AI is writing so much code. In fact, AI is writing so much better code than what you and I can do generally, and it's only getting better every single day. So if you're trying to compete against AI, which basically is what you're doing when you're writing a lot of code and focusing on making really complicated products, if you're competing against AI, you are going to lose. And that's why whenever you're making projects for your resume or for yourself, your approach should be to try and make things that are solving real world problems. That is when you'll actually be acting like a true software engineer. A true software engineer is somebody who is solving real world problems using code. Now, writing that code is something that can be done by AI or by a combination of you and AI together. That doesn't really matter. What matters is that at the end of the day, did you solve a real problem or not? So that is my approach these days when I'm trying to build products for myself. And one of the example of these kind of apps that I make for myself based on this philosophy is LUMI. LUMI is a very simple React Native based application. It's a day planner, habit tracker, whatever you call it. It's extremely frictionless, and the entire idea behind me making this app was to emulate the frictionless experience of sending a text message to yourself on WhatsApp. And I was like, hey, can I take that frictionless experience and extend it to a to-do, day planning or a habit tracking app? Because right now on Play Store you'll find a lot of applications that does this, but they are bloated, filled with a lot of unnecessary features, and they complicate the entire user experience, which is one of the reasons why I could not stick to any of those apps. So I decided to make this for myself, and I talked about it in one of my previous videos. And apparently a lot of other people seem to resonate with this idea and they wanted to try out the app. Earlier it was a little complicated for you to try the app because the app wasn't live on Play Store, but now the app is live on Play Store. Yes, LUMI is now live on Play Store. It is in closed beta testing for the next 14 days. If you want to try out the app, you have to send me your email so that I can add that email to the list of beta testers, and then you will be able to access the link to download the app, and then you can try out the app for yourself. Another cool thing is that this entire app is open source. So all the code that I've written is on GitHub, and all the progress that I'm making is also on GitHub. In fact, you can go there and see what are the upcoming features / bug fixes that I'm doing every day after my 9 to 5. And if you feel like helping me, you can contribute on the GitHub repo directly, and I am open to accepting contributions. So with that being said, LUMI is live now. I would love to get more feedback on what you want from this app in general, but I don't want to make it extremely bloated, so I'll be very picky in choosing what kind of features I want to take. It's a very simple app. It's not complicated. The code is very simple. Everything about LUMI is extremely simple, and probably that's the reason why so many people wanted to use it in the first place. If there's something you can take away from this video, then please remember that whenever you're making projects for yourself or for your resume, try to make them in a way that is solving a real world problem. And when you'll do that, you'll be able to separate yourself from thousands of other people who are trying to fight for the same job that you are. So yeah, I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.